guys? Jesse Rush of Fling Got Bows, and this is part 1 of how to make an Atlatl. Now, we're going to start off with this piece of river cane right here. It's about 4.5 feet long. Typically you want your Atlatl to be closer to 6 feet, but this is the proper width and flexibility that I need to make my Atlatl. As you can see, I've gathered some different sized river cane here. Some of these guys are kind of thick. You can see my thumb next to it. It's pretty thick stuff. Some of them are really thin. And I'm going to experiment with different kinds. I mean, you can see my thumb next to some of this stuff. I mean, it's huge. But I'm going to experiment with different kinds. Let me tell you a little bit about river cane. It's a freshwater reed. It grows all over the country, especially around the Gulf of Mexico. I'm here in Florida, on the west side of Florida, on the Gulf side. And it grows here pretty good. The problem with it here is that it's kind of got thin walls, if you look at it. So it crushes pretty easily and breaks pretty easy when it's green. Compared to bamboo, see the thickness of that wall? I mean, that stuff ain't breaking. However, river cane, careful baby, careful. River cane is what the natives used. So if you want to do it historically correct and you want to make Native American Atlatls and arrows and stuff like that, you're going to want to use river cane. I use bamboo, honestly, for my hunting arrows because they weigh the proper amount. I like a 540 grain arrow, and I use bamboo when I'm actually going hunting for a couple different reasons. Number one, they don't break very easy, and when I'm hunting, I'm kind of rough on my arrows. Number two, they meet my grain weight that I want to make, which is 540, and also they spine out about the same as my practice arrows, which are real arrows. But what's the matter, bud? Well, just ask for help instead of crying. Anyways, so let's get started. You're gonna need river cane. Okay, or bamboo. Bamboo will work. My other Atlatl dart that I made was a bamboo. But to be historically correct, you're going to need river cane. Secondly, you're going to need some chert for their arrowhead, or obsidian, or something like that. We have mahogany obsidian here. I got some black obsidian. I got some Burlington chert, some Texas rock, some North Carolina chert, some root beer chert. I mean, I got a lot of chert and flint. I have another box the same size over there. So anyway, let's get started. You're going to need the flint. You're going to need some sinew, and you're going to need some feathers. Really doesn't matter what kind of feathers you use or what kind of style fletching you use. It's not going to be like an arrow where it has to be real precise because it passes by the bow. With these, they're thrown freely. They don't touch any bow or anything. So it doesn't have to be such a good arrow or such a good fletching job. I mean, it helps, but it doesn't have to be. You know, you can put whole feathers on there. My other Atlatl dart that I made yesterday, I just took a whole feather and stuck it on there on that side. Actually, I did it this way so that it curves outwards. I stuck one on that side and one on this side, and it flies great. It spirals. It does everything it's supposed to do. Anyway, moving right along. So we got sinew. We got feathers. We've got a 3-year-old shooting his bow and arrow. And don't point it at Daddy. And we've got rock to make arrowheads. I'm going to use this little flake that I made yesterday. This is off of a piece of black obsidian. I used it to cut some stuff yesterday, and I'm going to use it for an arrowhead today. It's going to come out great, I think. So anyway, that's all the items you're going to need. Oh, and you're also going to need something to make the thrower. The thrower, I'll bring you inside here with me and I'll show you what a thrower looks like. Alright, there's many different styles and types of throwers. The thrower that I made yesterday, or the day before yesterday, was this style right here. That's the thrower I made. In the end, the little knob there, this spike, this goes into the end of the river cane or bamboo, and it throws it off. So this is the thrower you're going to want to make. You can make this out of anything. It was a stick growing like this. I chopped off underneath down here where the pinky is. This was a branch growing off the side, a node. I cleared off all the branches. I left that branch on there, cut it off kind of thin, made that the point that it throws. So it's pretty self-explanatory when you see a tree growing with all the branches growing off the sides. I mean, that's your knob that you can use to, your spike, whatever it's called. So that's how you make a thrower. Throwers are real easy to make. I'm not going to go into that. I'm going to go into making the Atlatl dart. Okay, so unlike an arrow, the Atlatl dart does not need a string groove in the back. It just needs that hole. But the problem is oftentimes this will break due to the fact that it is river cane, and river cane is weak. So what we're going to do is we're going to wrap that with sinew. So we're going to get the sinew wet, and that's going to make it stronger. So we're going to get the sinew wet, and we're going to wrap it around here a bunch of times, about 2 inches down, I'd say, you know, this big of an area down, to make this real beefed up and strong so it can handle the Atlatl throwing it. Alright, so we'll show you all that on part 2. This is just the beginning of the series and what materials you're going to need. See ya. Look for part 2.